Hi there, all you wonderful souls out there. Welcome to this video. I am Natasja, and first off, I want to give a shout out to all of my new subscribers and my viewers. I am very lucky to have such awesome people on my channel. And I really want to thank you for subscribing and joining, and I really hope your time on my channel is time well spent. Today we are going to do a love reading a year from now. So this is really about a love relationship. Either you are already together or you are not together yet and you want to know where this is going. We are going to take a peek into the future a year from now. But I do have to make this disclaimer. The future is not set. The future is changed with every decision and action and intention you have. So whatever you see in the cards is the situation a year from now if nothing else would change and you and all the other people involved would stay the same course as you are going now. So that means that the outcome of this reading may change according to your actions or your intentions or your decisions and choices. But before we get started, I want to ask you to please interact with this video, like, subscribe and click the bell icon if you want to get notified whenever I upload a new video. You can also contact me by email for a private reading. I have all the information in the description box below. And you can follow me on various social media platforms, although I am extremely busy in my private life, so I might not be very active there at this point, but maybe in the future I will be able to pick that up again. Be sure to check it out, you might find stuff you like there. Now, you can also donate or do an energy exchange for the readings I do here. That really helps me keep going with these readings and invest my time and energy in doing these readings for you. Now, let's get to the reading. I have 4 choices and 4 andaras. The first andara is the Amber Andara. The second one is the Red Andara. The third one is this Blue Andara. And the fourth one is this Orchid Andara. Once you made your choice, you can go to the timestamps in the description box below. I've already shown it a couple of times, but I will do it again for any new viewers. I have a fail-safe, foolproof method of choosing the right deck or crystal for you regarding every pick-a-card reading that you do, and that is the muscle test. Some of you may already know that. For those of you who don't, you press with one hand the middle finger and your thumb together, and then with the other hand you will try to release these fingers. You can do this with every crystal or every option you get in pick-a-card readings. Whenever you are able to easily get these fingers loose, then this reading is not for you. If it takes you a little effort and you can get it loose a little bit, then the reading may have elements that are true for you, but not everything may apply to your situation. And if you really have trouble to getting these fingers loose, then this reading is definitely for you and very accurate to your situation. Now let's go to the first reading. For those of you who chose this Amber Andara, this is your love reading 1 year from now. Okay, we have in the past the Sun. In the present we have the Eight of Pentacles. Now be aware, this is a year from now, so this may be the current situation, and this is the situation a year from now. This is the underlying factors. This is the goal or the obstacle, and in this situation I would say it is the goal. This is your situation evolving into, and this is the advice, and this is the likely outcome. Now again, nothing is set, the future isn't set. You can change it with every action, every decision, and every choice you make. There may be information in this reading that makes you reconsider or makes you make different decisions or choices, and that will of course change the outcome, and therefore this reading will in a year will seem very incorrect, not applicable to your situation, but that is because you have changed your course. Now, if you wouldn't change anything from the current situation, this would be where it would be a year from now. Well, a year from now, the past looks sunny. There is a lot of happiness. There is maybe a summer period with a lot of happiness, a potential for growth. I can see the two of you being happy together, enjoying the good times together, going out, beautiful weather, having fun together, innocence, playtime, just very thoroughly enjoying your time together, and seeing the best in each other. This is very much the phase of being very much in love, idealizing everyone or each other, and seeing each other in the best possible light. And also I can see in that situation, in the present, you are the one who will be working very hard. You are also convinced that this person is the true love for you. And we find the High Priestess, which means that there is a connection between the two of you, possibly from previous life. It could be a karmic connection. It could be a soulmate connection. It might even be a twin flame. I am not quite sure. I don't see a lot of confirmation of that, but I do see that there is this mystical connection between the two of you that really makes you think and makes you believe that this person is the one for you. We can also see this in the card, the Lovers, the goal. There's very much the desire to commit to each other, to choose exclusively for each other and start a life together. There is the feeling of divine guidance, of bringing the two of you together. So this is definitely a very special connection that is going on between the two of you. But the situation is evolving. Things are changing. This happy situation, well, you know, when you're on top of the wheel turns, you end up at the bottom of the wheel, which is not the very favorable position. So it seems that as time goes by, there are possible changes in circumstances out of your control, out of the control of your partner, that makes it so that you have to slow it down a little bit. You have to conserve your love for each other. You have to be conservative with your energy. You have to hold back. You cannot give all that you want to give. This is only temporary. It's not something that will last for a long time, because this wheel keeps on turning, and when this situation on the bottom of the wheel is this situation, it can only go up from there. So it shows me that this relationship is also is influenced by ups and downs and situations out of your control that force the two of you to take it slower, to take it easy, to not get into head over heels. You must be cautious and careful, and be very righteous in your actions. It means that the outcome will be that even a year from now, even though there is love, even there is this mystical connection, maybe even twin flame or karmic soulmates situation going on, you won't be able to start this relationship off. It can be you who is offering your cup of love to your partner. It can be your partner who's offering the cup of love to you, but you won't be able to accept it because you will be preoccupied with other things in your life. There are going to be other issues that take your entire concentration and attention, and there is at this point no room to develop this connection, this relationship. But like I said, because the Wheel of Fortune is here, it means it's only temporary. The Wheel of Fortune is spinning. What goes up must come down and vice versa. So when it's down, it can only go up. This time will pass. This connection, if it's real, and I have a strong feeling that it will exist after this period is past, but you may have to take it slower than you want to a year from now. I hope this answers your questions, and I wish you an amazing day. Be blessed. Bye. So those of you who chose this red andara, let me see what the future of your relationship has in store for you a year from now. So let's see what we have here. We've had two jumping cards. We have the Fool and the Seven of Swords. We have in the past the Knight of Wands. In the present, a year from now, the Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune as the underlying circumstances. We have the Justice card as the goal or the obstacle. The situation evolving is the Empress. And the advice is the Eight of Pentacles. And the likely outcome is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is a situation a year from now. In the meantime, you can make decisions or choices or have intentions that may entirely set this reading off course and make you to go a different direction. In that case, none of what you see in this reading will come to pass. But this reading is if you take the energy of today and nothing else changes and none of the people who are involved change anything, this will be the outcome. Now, let me begin with the jumping cards, the Fool and the Seven of Swords. I feel someone is interested in you, but they are not taking the steps right yet. They are very carefully trying to get an idea of the situation. They are gathering possibly information about you. They may be, stalking is a very negative term in my opinion, but they may be checking you out on your social media profiles and see what you're up. They might be asking friends about you or trying to get information about you before they want to take the plunge and actually pursue you. A year from now, this is the card that lies in the past, so this can be the present situation. Now, the Knight of Wands is a person. This may very well be the person that is already eyeing you and is trying to get information on you. They want to go forward, but they possibly are still holding back. which means that the energy, the Knight of Wands is a very energetic person. If you hold back a lot of energy, it cannot go forward, but it will go upward. So this may cause a bit of upheaval, possibly in the life of the one who is interested in you or in your own life. This means that it takes a careful balance with the energy to make it go forward in the right way. I always compare this to horseback riding. If you have a very fiery, temperamental horse, it will want to go forward very quickly, but you don't want to give it free range, because it will zoom off and you might not even be able to hold on to it. But if you dose the right energy forward, you hold the horse back in the right amount, it will go forward in a very pleasant, speedy pace. If you hold it back too much, it will buck and it will rear. So this asks for quite a bit of skill of knowing how fast things can go, and when to hold back and when to give reins. The Hermit tells me that there is you or the other person, I suspect it's you, that is still single. You may actually be looking for someone. You may be expecting someone. You may be on the lookout for someone. You may already be aware that this person is interested in you, but in the future, a year from now, you will still be single. But we find the Wheel of Fortune, so that means that this situation is affected by changes. So single will become not single, but in a relationship. So in a relationship, the goal is justice. I feel that there is a karmic attraction between the two of you. Either you or the other person have something to make up for that they did or you did in a previous life. And this relationship is an attempt to correct the mistakes from previous lives in the past. Now, the Empress, the situation is evolving in this manner. The manner of the Empress: give the Empress one seed and she will plant flowers, or a tree which bears fruit, which bear thousands of seeds. So she can multiply whatever she gets. She can be creative with things that she has. She can make very much from very, very little. This is a very creative, feminine creative energy, to give a little and to receive back a lot. It is very much visible in the pregnancy. When a woman gets pregnant, she got one seed, and 9 months later she will give the man back a child. So that is the power of the Empress. Very fertile, very creative, very feminine energy, receptive and creative, and then giving back a multitude of what has been received. So this relationship has the potential to be very, very successful. Every little effort put in there will be multiplied and will yield a very bountiful harvest, so to speak. The advice is the Eight of Pentacles. Even in rough times, don't give up on the relationship. Keep working on it. Keep working on yourself and keep working on the relationship. The longer you are together, the more you get to know each other, the more you get to understand why the other person does certain things the way they do, and vice versa. They will also understand you better, and because of that, you will be able, if you don't give up with the first setback, you will be able to build up exceptional relationship skills, which will be the reason why this relationship can be so fruitful. Also, I forgot to mention that this can be an actual pregnancy, so it might very well be that you may be pregnant a year from now, or if you are a male, you might impregnate your girlfriend or partner a year from now. And to consider these two cards together, this is the advice card. Keep working on your skills, keep working on the relationship, keep working on yourself, also keep working to gain money or material stability. The Knight of Pentacles is about material stability, dependability, working slowly towards a goal, taking slow steps, but surely and steadily getting there. This horse isn't moving very quickly. It takes time, it takes effort, but eventually there is much trust and the potential for, and I believe it will definitely happen, a very financial stable base for this child that may come into the world, or the bountiful relationship will be represented in both partners working hard on themselves, on their relationship skills, as well as earning money to create a stable base. So the situation may change quite quickly a year from now. The person that you're interested in really wants to move forward quickly and change your single status into one of in a relationship. It is a karmic connection. There may be pregnancy involved or very creative, bountiful energies, but both of you need to work on financial stability as well as relationship skills to create a stable foundation for this child or for this relationship. So I hope this answers all your questions, and I wish you an amazing day. Be blessed. Bye. For those of you who chose this blue andara, we will see if we can find out what your love situation or relationship situation will be a year from now. So these are your cards. Let's turn them over. We find in the past, we find the Six of Swords, and that is the past a year from now. So this can be the current situation. In the present, a year from now, this is the situation a year from now, we find the Knight of Coins. A year from now, the underlying circumstances is the Ace of Cups. The goal or the obstacle is the Eight of Coins. And the situation evolving is the Three of Swords. The advice is Temperance. And the probable outcome is the Four of Cups. I see here the situation of you leaving another relationship behind, leaving another situation, possible a toxic situation, a toxic relationship behind. So you are moving out, moving away. This is physical movement. So you may be living together with someone, or close by someone and moving away from the person physically. I think that this is about the ending of a relationship, ending a toxic situation, ending a situation that isn't working for you anymore. You take with you whatever you can, you've learned the lessons you can, and you take that information with you on this adventure. You move away you move away from I would say a toxic or otherwise not working situation or relationship. That may be the current situation, that you are getting out of a relationship right now. And the present a year from now is you going to be trying to find a stable place for yourself again. You need to work for it. You need to be consistent. You need to be dependable, and you need to take responsibility for yourself. So this very much ties in with the aspect of leaving a situation. You may have been living together with someone who could provide for you. Now it's up to you to do it for yourself. It takes a lot of work, and you need to be careful about it as well. This is something that takes time as well. But and in the underlying factors, we also see the Ace of Cups. I see a new feeling about you or someone else is emerging in this same time. It may be that you have overcome this situation in the past and begin to find your own self-worth again, or your own intuition more as a guidance as opposed to what other people tell you to do. This is also about psychic powers and intuition, emotions, feelings, and it seems that there is something coming to the surface as well a year from now. We find the goal or the obstacle. I would say it is the goal. We find the Eight of Coins, the Eight of Pentacles. This has a double meaning. In love relationships, this can mean the one, the real love, the true love for you. But this can also mean having to put in the effort, either to provide for yourself or to get somewhere with this relationship. It asks of you to continuously improve and work on your skills and work on the relationship, working on yourself, as well as working on earning an income or creating financial stability. We do find the situation evolving in a heartbreak. Now, I don't see a lover here, really. Maybe you are interested in someone and you discover something about that person that makes you very disappointed, sad, or heartbroken. The person that you fancy may not be available or may not be interested in you. But this can also be about this situation, since they're both swords. Maybe after a while, after you've left this situation, you finally open up for your feelings. Maybe this is for the need to survive, and therefore you had to postpone your feelings a little. And when you finally get some of your basic needs taken care of, then these emotions come to the surface, and then you realize you are heartbroken, you are disappointed, you are very sad about the way the situation went, and possibly you thought this person was the one. Maybe you made a misjudgment or a miscalculation, or maybe the other person set you up, like some narcissistic people might do. The advice is to take it easy, take it slow, take care of yourself. Don't go out and start new relationships. Just make sure you balance yourself out. We all have different energies, and especially if you're heartbroken, you might experience anger, sadness, frustration, all these feelings. You need to work them through to find inner peace and balance before you will be able to put yourself out on the market again, so to speak. And the situation will be, if you are sensible, if you take this advice of the Temperance, it will lead you to turn down possible love interests, because you still need to do some work of your own before you are ready for another relationship. I can imagine that this relationship where you came out was extremely damaging for your self-worth, for your self-image, for the way you look at yourself, the way you take care of yourself. And this card tells me that there is a real need to cover the basic needs first, get a roof over your head, get food on the table and things like that before you are able to dive into this thing here, because it seems that you had expectancies of this relationship that didn't come to pass, and of course that brings all kinds of feelings with it. These two cards are kind of opposing each other, creating a tension field, especially these two cards, because it seems that it takes a little while before you realize how much you are actually hurting, before these feelings can come to the surface and you realize that you really need to cry about this. But you really need to take care of yourself. Make sure that you become balanced again. Look out for yourself, look out for your needs, and give yourself room to cry over this disappointment and heartbreak. Don't jump into other relationships too quick, because if you do so, you might just repeat this pattern again. If you swim in the water with a wound, sharks will think that you are prey, and as long as you're still wounded, sharks will be attracted to you. So if you are still in this situation, you won't be able to attract the right person for you. You will attract sharks. Be aware of that. So make sure you do the work, get yourself in balance, create your inner peace again before you put yourself out there again. So I hope this answers your questions. I'm sorry it's not a very positive story. It may open your eyes to the relationship that you're in now, but it may take you some time to get the courage to actually take this step. But I see you leaving a very toxic, damaging relationship and trying to make it on your own, working through these emotions and feelings, taking care of yourself and holding off on love offers and new relationships for a while. So I hope this answers your questions, and I wish you an amazing day. Be blessed. Bye. For those of you who chose this Orchid andara, let's see if we can find out how your relationship will be, or your love situation will be, a year from now. So these are your cards. Let's turn them over and see what we have. The jumping cards were the Knight of Pentacles and the Judgment card. The past is the King of Swords. This might be about your current situation. And a year from now, the present would be Temperance. The underlying circumstances are the High Priestess, and the goal or the obstacle is the Sun. Wow, we got plenty of major arcana here. We find the Three of Wands is how the situation is evolving. This is the Advice card, the Eight of Cups, and the probable outcome, the Knight of Cups. Well, what do we have here? Well, first of all, these two cards have a very important message to you. You are being called to start taking care of yourself, to take responsibility for your own life. Get out of the learned helplessness mode, get out of the victim mode, but make sure that you take control and responsibility over your life, your needs, and your financial needs and stability, your financial basis. So you need to work on creating a life for yourself, having your own home, having a job that pays the rent and gets food on the table. Be responsible with your resources. Be responsible for your own life. This is a wake-up call. You really need to do some work on your own. You need to stand on your own 2 feet, so to speak. And you are definitely being called to do this, because you have a tendency to become very dependent on the partners that you are with. Now, the past, a year from now, so this could be about your current situation, we find the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is a very mature man. He's very intellectual, he's very intelligent, he's very tactical, he's sharp-witted. You cannot fool him. He is very straight to the point, cut away the crap. He doesn't take no crap, so to speak. And he is a very authoritative figure. He may seem cold, he may seem distant, he may seem even difficult to approach, because he is very, very sharp intellect. But he is also someone who weighs every option, who doesn't make decisions light-hearted. He always takes into account every possible angle of the situation. So he really puts his brain to work whenever a situation calls for it. This may be your current partner. This may be the person that you are with or you are aspiring a relationship with. Now, what do we see a year from now in the present? We see the Temperance card. This calls you to slow down. Slow down with this relationship. Slow down with the merging of these two different energies, the feminine water energy and the masculine fire energy. Take it slow. Take it easy. Don't rush into things. Temperance also asks for balance, balancing out these different energies. This man has the tendency to be a bit overbearing, to be the leader, to be the one who makes the decisions and the choices and tells other people what to do. Now, you are not ready for that, because you are completely doing whatever this man wants you to do. You are completely dependent on this man, and you are not learning to stand on your own 2 feet. And so there is this warning almost to take it slow, and whether the situation forces you to take it slow or whether you choose to take it slow, or maybe even this man takes it slow, there is definitely the need to hit the brakes for a while, because you are not quite ready for this person yet. The underlying circumstances is the High Priestess. Now, these two cards both are major arcana, and both are very intrinsically related to the spiritual realm, to the realm of energies. The High Priestess is very much connected to these energies, so you might have a very strong intuition that tells you to slow down with this man. Maybe you feel you can't compete with him, maybe you feel you're not on par with him right now at this point, but there is this intuitive feeling to take it slow and to take it easy. And we find the goal is the sun. The sun is all happy. It's you know, you can compare it to the summertime where everybody's happy. The sun is shining, the flowers are blooming, people are eating ice creams and going to the beach. Everything is happy and fun. There is a lot of enjoyment. There's a lot of happiness. There is a very idealistic situation going on, and if you want to achieve this, it needs time. And I have the idea that you feel this. You have this intuitive knowing that you cannot rush into a relationship with this man, or you will sabotage it somehow. Either you will sabotage it, or both of you won't be able to match properly, because there's still some development needed on your part, and that development on your part is not the quickest one, and this man is very quick. So you need to take your time. If things are for real, this man will be there once you've done this work. But what I do see happen is the situation evolving in either you or this man needing to travel. They are possibly going away for a long trip, a trip around the world, or maybe gone for several weeks to months, even forcing you to slow down. And it may seem like a breakup, but I don't see it here. What I do see is the advice card is 8 of Cups. Don't hold on to him. Let him go. Let him do his thing. Let him travel where he needs to go, and give yourself the time to do the work that you need to do, to slow down. And you already know this. You have this intuitive feeling that there is going to be a period of separation between you and this person. Don't hold on to him. Don't clench. Become on your own 2 feet. Become self-sufficient. Become responsible for your own life and not wanting him to make your life okay. Take this opportunity for growth, I would say, because the result is that he will come back to you and he will open up to you, and he will do that because he has seen you grow. During his absence, you did the work and you have made yourself strong enough and balanced enough to be able to get into a serious committed relationship with this person, and he will see that and he will find you very interesting, and he will make his offer of the cup of love. So he will make his feelings known to you when he comes back, but be sure that you don't cling to him. Don't text him every day. Don't stalk him on his social media. Just let him go. Let him do his thing. You do your thing. And once he comes back into your life, you will be ready to accept this offer that he has for you. So this can be, well, I don't want to say it because it may only lead to some expectations that are not in line with what is called for. So forgive me that I'm holding back some information. You will figure this out on your own. Maybe a year from now, maybe a year and a couple of months from now, you will realize what is going on with this man and why this needed to happen. I usually don't do this. I usually am very open, but in this case, if I would share this information, I would sabotage the thing that you need to learn. So I will not say it. You will figure this out on your own when the timing is right. You focus on you. You focus on your own independence, on your own responsibility for your own life. This is a wake-up call. You really need to do this. If you don't do it, this man is not going to be interested in you. So if you really care for this man, and you do, I know, you feel something very mystical, intuitively about this man. You know possibly already that you are meant to be with him. So don't cling. Let him go. Let him do his thing. You do you, so to speak. Learn your lessons, and you will find out that in divine timing, once both of you have done what you needed to do, you will be able to come together. So I hope this answers your questions, and I wish you an amazing day. Be blessed. Bye.